Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? So, just on the streets of Accra walking, going to the office. I thought I would use this time to talk about something that I tweeted yesterday on Twitter. I said, whenever somebody says, may your road be rough, you should say amen. That's a good prayer. And I think you got a lot of people confused. And I remember the first time someone told me about it. It was my teacher, my English teacher in high school, Mr. Kono. He said, may your road be rough. Amen. And I never understood. I was puzzled. I was like, oh, here's my English teacher with some word salad, a puzzle about understanding something. So I was like, okay, let me try to understand what this person is saying. And I deeped it. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Why should you, because at the surface, when someone says, may your road be rough, why would you want to pray for rough roads? But here's the thing. In life, rough roads are that's what makes you understand that life is suffering. Life itself is suffering. If you never have been through a rough road, then you will never know. If, like, let's say you're driving on a road and all you've ever known is smooth roads, you're always just going to be on 60 miles an hour or 800 miles an hour and just go and think that life is just smooth sailing. But if you're used to rough roads where you know how to maneuver, you know how to, slow down, get some speed bumps, try to find your way. If you've, like, for example, if you've been to Lagos, Nigeria is a crazy city where traffic is and the roads are not, traffic is a bit nuts and the roads are not very, how do you say, the best. So you're used to driving on rough roads. And what that means is you have to navigate your way to go home. You have to navigate, you have to be very sneaky, very calculated, know when to move, how to put your car so that the bumps don't destroy your tires, the same things like that. It builds a different type of skill set. It is struggling, it is suffering, but what it does, it makes you a better driver. So in life, you're going to go through roads. Whenever you go through a situation that is rough, what it does is you need to first think about, instead of thinking about, oh my God, this is a problem, I want you to think about that it this way instead. Think about it the positive way, where there is a stronger, more experienced version of me at the end of this suffering. Do I want to be that person? Or do I want to sit and whine and complain about why I am going through this suffering? You can sit, you can whine and complain about why you're going through this suffering. Or you can say, I know that if I get through this suffering, I'm going to be wiser, stronger, and much more equipped to handle difficulty. Isn't that something I wish for myself? That certainly is. I remember one time I was a little bit depressed and I was going through the motions. I went to therapy and I'd wake up in the morning and I'll be distraught. I'll be like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I not feeling like the way I used to feel? I feel a little bit weird. Am I going to be like this? And what I was doing is I was just adding more anxiety to myself. So I would sleep a little bit better and I wake up the next morning not feeling the same as I used to feel. And it became this self-fulfilling cycle, right? Where I was just adding more and more and more stuff, just causing more and more anxiety to myself. And that was what happened. But here's the thing. One day I woke up and I said, I don't care. Right now I am not great. I don't feel well. I don't feel amazing. But I know that if I keep doing what I'm doing, which is just sleeping, waking up, and not working on myself, I am never gonna recover. So I said, no, I want to recover. I want to get better. I want a better version of myself. So I would wake up, I would go to the park, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, listen to the birds chirp, take a day off work. These were things I did. I would take a day off work, I would listen to the birds chirping, and all of that. Basically, I said, I am going to fight my own self. I went to therapy. I did all I needed to do to make sure that I improve. It doesn't matter how long it took. All I knew is this journey, I needed to undertake that journey, the difficult one. Wake up in the morning. And I did that and I got better. So why I say this to you is, find a way to get better. Find a way for you. So always when you look at a rough situation or rough patch, don't think about it as a patch that, it's just gonna, oh my, it defines you. No, it's a challenge. Like we say in my religion, is Islam. God doesn't give you what you are not capable of overcoming. So that's the way you need to think about the way you kind of need to think about how you want to overcome those specific things. It's very important that you look at the adversities that you go through in life and see them as a challenge, see them as a call for you to improve yourself. Whenever a call for you to improve yourself, it's like if you want to fight and your opponent is bigger, stronger, faster on the surface, there's two ways. You can resign yourself and say, I'm just gonna lose, or you can go and train, get bigger, get stronger, get faster, and yes, you may still lose the fight, but here's the thing, you lose the fight as a bigger, stronger, faster version of yourself. Why wouldn't you want to be a bigger, stronger, faster version of yourself? It's not about the wins. It's about the journey is more important than the outcome. This is what we focus in life too much today as human beings. We want the outcomes. We want the good things. But we don't focus on the journey. Are you getting better? I know a lot of people, they want money and they get that money, but they didn't change in the process. They are still the same inept people. What did you change? You might get an outcome, but did you change? Did the process change you for the better? That's the most important question. So when you say, may your road be rough, you should say amen, because that's good. That means you're going to learn how to face adversity and hopefully also learn to overcome it. Overcoming adversity is very, very important. You've got to learn how to overcome it. And adversity is life. Today we live in the snowflake generation. Any little thing everybody's complaining about their mental health, you have to speak in a way that makes me makes me comfortable. No, nobody owes you that. Nobody owes you understanding in life. You overcome adversity. Yes, you live in a place where people don't like people like you. Fine, move or overcome it. Be so good. You just had an accident, you lost one limb. I'm so sorry. But be the best one-legged person in the world possible doing whatever it is you're doing. Right? I remember when I started going to the gym. I've always been skinny. I'm a slim guy. But I could have just said, oh man, look at all these buff people and everything. And today I can lift 2.5 times my body weight. I'm that guy. When I go to the gym, everybody's like, do you know what you're doing? And then I lift something really heavy. We're gonna walk past a place where they're playing loud music. This happens every single day on my commute. So, be the biggest, baddest version of yourself. Learn to face adversity. Learn to overcome difficulty. Anytime you see a rough road, do not avoid it. Go head on. This is something I've trained myself to, like, voluntarily do difficult things. Go and run that marathon. Go and lift that heavy weight that you never thought. When I started going to the gym, I couldn't lift 60 kg in terms of like deadlift. I could barely go between 50 was my comfortable weight. I was struggling. Today when I go to the gym, I actually warm up with 60 kg. That's my warm up. Sometimes 70. That's like my warm up. Okay, let me just grease my legs, because I'm doing my sets with the 110s, with the 100s. But I had to forcefully challenge myself to say, I can do this. It's going to take time, but the process. Now I'm a stronger, bigger, wiser, faster, everything. I look for places to go run. I travel. I put myself in difficult situations to challenge myself within means to overcome that. I go to countries where I don't speak the language. I face rough roads. But why? There's a bigger, stronger, wiser, more intelligent version of myself on the other side. The person at the end of the tunnel is who I need you to think about. That person is who you want to be. And if you don't go through this difficulty, you're not going to be that person. You're not going to be that person. So face it. Don't run away from it. Face it. Embrace it. do what you need to do, and I promise you, you will learn so much more. So may your road be rough. This is a title of a chapter in my book that I'm going to eventually write. So like I said, I've been looking to write a book, a life self-help and lifestyle book called Dots Only Connect Backwards, about my own personal life story and so life stories of things that I've seen. You need to do this. Do not run away from adversity. Face it. You have that problem at work with that person. Yes, it's easy for you to run away, but have you tried facing them? Have you tried looking at the person in the face, and instead of shying away from conflict, actually engage with them and say, hey, this is wrong and this is not what I'm expecting. Stand up for yourself. It's easy to run into your own shells, and I did that a lot in my life. I just used to run into your own shell. Today I still avoid conflict, but for different reasons. I avoid conflict because I am confident. I know that sounds crazy. I avoid conflict because I am more confident. It's like when I want to fight someone today, right? I do martial arts, I train martial arts, I go to the gym. So sometimes when I see someone that I know that I have a good chance of taking down this person, there is no need for me to engage with this person. I'm avoiding that voluntarily because I know I can also inflict pain. Versus, I'm not worried about what this person will do to me. Except it comes to the last resort. That's how I need you to think. That's how I need you to think about yourself. Avoid adversity. Sorry, don't avoid adversity. I want you to learn to face it head on. Don't overly avoid conflict. I'm not asking you to go and fight and beat people up or anything. Conflict doesn't necessarily mean physical. It means stand up for yourself. Have a backbone. Have integrity. Say, I'm not going to accept this. Be very clear. Keep your voice down. Hey man, I'm not going to accept this. Learn to face rough roads. Don't be a snowflake. Because the only thing that comes out is you with the battle scars. When you see somebody with the scars in their body, some people will go, ugh. But people that know war or people that know adversity will look at that and be like, wow, this person has the scars to show. It's the same thing when you're talking with someone experienced and they tell you about the experience of something. Very important. So, don't face adversity. Sorry, don't avoid adversity. Out.